So our last example for this section, we are going to do another nearest neighbor, but this will be very similar to what you're doing for your lab and your project. Remember, again, I may not do it here, but on a project or a lab, I expect titles to be on every single table, every single graph. Anything that you're abbreviating needs to be labeled. What are my units? So when in doubt, put it again. So we're now dealing with Alte, lives in Boston, Massachusetts. So that's home base. So just so we're clear, that's home base. Works for Ocean Spray Cranberries Inc. Wants to visit cranberry farms in the following locations: Madison, Wisconsin, Princeton, New Jersey, Salem, Oregon, and Walla Walla, Washington. I'm not going to highlight the state because I want to make sure you understand how many vertices we are going to have. So we have our home base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 vertices. That would mean total number, if we were doing brute force, would have been 4 factorial because we subtract from 1. And remember, 4 factorial, we've already done multiple times, is 24 ways. If we wanted unique ways, 24 divided by 2 is 12. But if you're doing brute force, which y'all will be doing for your project, I will expect brute force to have 24 different ways listed out. 12 of them will, there will only be 12 different costs, but you will have 24 paths. So A says for us to do a complete weighted graph. And again, you can design it however you want. If you're doing abbreviations, and there should be a title on this problem as well, I have the drawing for you to put on there. I'm going to use my lowercase letters for each one of them, but if I were doing this for a project or a lab, I would need to put those down with a title, with the units, and a legend. So since I'm starting off with my home base as being Boston, I'm going to use that as the tip on the top. And then I'm just going to go Madison, Princeton, Salem, Walla Walla. I'm going to now add to those pieces all of my edges. So remember the edges going from Boston, which is my original city. I always like to put that one, star it somehow. 131, 256. My 2 inner pieces will be the Salem and Walla Walla. So Salem would be the 298, and the Walla Walla would be the 576. So you can put the units on there, or you could put them in the title. But you do need to say that these are the cost of one-way flight prices. So I'm done with the first one. Now I'm going to look at the next piece here. Put the 154, 356, and 970 onto my chart. So the 154 is going to go from Madison to Princeton, which is going straight across. So I have 154. From Madison to Salem is 356. And Madison to Walla Walla, which is my diagonal there, is 970. The bigger this is drawn out on your paper, but again, also make sure you look at formatting. Don't leave pieces left on to the page from one page to the next. But it's easier to see what's being labeled on those. And going to my last 2, Princeton to Salem, is going to be 353. And 1164 is going to be, and I noticed that I did not put one of my pieces on here that I need to have on here, which again, actually takes me to the last piece. So but I knew I didn't have something labeled, which would have been my last piece there. So I'm just going to kind of put it in red because that would have been that piece. Somehow your drawing needs to be drawn out. Labeled, not by pencil or anything. This needs to be done quality. So you have a video that shows you how to do it for within Word. So B says nearest neighbor, which is similar to what you're going to do in your lab. This is an approximation, so whenever you're writing it out, that word should be in there. We start and stop at Boston, and so we're going to start at Boston, and we're going to look at, again, those pathways that go from Boston to all the other vertices, and we're looking for the least cost. So we have Boston to Madison for $131. We have $256 for the Princeton. We have Salem $298 and $576. So those four black numbers are the numbers that we're looking at. So the cheapest one is going to be Boston to Madison, which has a cost of $131. So this is going to be my first path. So now I know I have to go from Madison to one of my other cities for the cranberry farms, and I have labeled those cities just by design from above pulling from the chart. I have the 154, 356, and the 970. Again, that was pulling from this green portion that I have from Madison. So if we look there, the 154, 970, and 356, the cheapest one is to go across. So we go from Madison to Princeton, and that cost is the 154. So now I'm at Princeton. Now I'm going to go from Princeton, and I cannot go back to one of the cities I've already gone to until the very end. So now I'm looking at the cities that are labeled in blue, which was the 353 and the 1164, because I can either go to my Salem or Walla Walla. Those are my only choices that I have left. And so looking at those two, obviously the 353 is the cheapest. So that is going to Salem, and that's 353. By design, I still have to go to my last city. So you notice I have started at Boston, went to Madison, Princeton, Salem. My last step there to visit each one of them is to go to Walla Walla, and that is going to have a cost of the 179. But don't forget, you have to end up back where you started. So your last step is to go Walla Walla, and you have no choice of what flight to take. You have to go back to your home base, which is Boston. So in this case, we will have to go back to my original city, and you will have to use that 576. So this is how you could label it and show me your work. You could either go, again, left to right, or you could set it in a chart in this form. But if we add up the total cost for this pieces, we would add up those numbers, we would put in our calculator, and we would get a total cost of $1,393. This is the approximate. So the approximate solution is $1,393. Like, if I were writing that out in sentence form, I would say using the nearest neighbor method, the approximate to the optimal route for Alte to travel to each city and return to Boston is $1,393. Literally, what I'm saying is I would take exactly what that question asked me to do, and I would put it in sentence form. Don't just say optimal solution is. What are you doing? What did you calculate? Now, C says, let's do a random selection. So I am going to come back down here, draw out my pentagram, put my labels on there, and label my cities. And I need to visit every single one of them. So I'm starting here. And again, I know we did something specific on the last one, but we're going to go somewhere else. We're not going to use all of the same pathways. So we're just going to trace this. So probably looking at this piece, it's up to you, but just drawing another piece. We could go to Salem. From Salem, we could go to Walla Walla. We could then go to, I don't want to go to Princeton if I can help it, because that's a really high cost. So if at all possible, I'm going to exclude that. Go to Madison, go to Princeton, and then come back up. So again, you would list these out in words, but this is a random one I just selected. On my paper, I have a totally different one. Boston, I went to Salem, I went to Walla Walla, I went to Madison, to Princeton, and then back to Boston. So my cost here would have been $298, following that path down, then $179, then to Madison, $970, then to Princeton, which would be the 154, and the last one is 256. So we would take those pieces, put them in our calculator. 298 plus 179 plus 970 plus 154 plus 256. I got a cost of $18.57. So my second part of this question just said, give me a random one, compare your answers. This random one was not cheaper. So we would, again, say that in that form. One of them that I did on my paper was actually $2,086. So this is just saying, pick a random one, compare your prices, and say what's there. That would be a piece that you would get in my math lab for these problems. But you are going to be asked to do the nearest neighbor on the lab, and then you're going to be asked to do all of the brute force. So for 5 vertices, there will be 24 paths that you will list out with the costs. You need to actually have the chart done at the very beginning of the problem as well, listing out those ideas with your screenshots at the end. This has to be done, no AI. AI done, you will get a 0. So you need to make sure you're showing me the steps and not just answers. So if you're going a path, you need to show me the path, you need to show me the costs of the path, and what's the total.